The Amazing Spider-Man King Size Special Number 9. It's my power against yours, Wallcrawler, and I win. Because you asked for it. Special Giant Green Goblin Memorial Issue entitled, believe it or not, The Goblin Lives. The Amazing Spider-Man, The Goblin Lives. Special Spidey Bulletin. In answer to a multitude of requests, we're finally re-presenting one of the most famous wall-crawler sagas of all, from the pages of the now classic Spider-Man Spectacular number 2, the very issue which heralded the sensational return of the Green Goblin, which culminated in the recent tragic events of Spidey number 21. We take you now to the year 1968, as the late Captain George Stacy, NYPD, conducts a special seminar, believe it or don't, on the history of supervillains. Criminologists throughout the world still study this epic battle between a desperate Spider-Man and the Green Goblin. I don't like it. Mr. Osborn looks upset. I wish he hadn't invited Harry and me to be his guests today. And most of all, I wish he himself hadn't come. Dad, you're perspiring. Is it too warm here for you? I don't know, Harry. I just don't feel well. Quiet, you two. This is the only part of the film I like. The part before the web slinger defeated the goblin. How about keeping it down to a bellow, Jonah? You can lecture when Stacy is finished. To this very day, the goblin's true identity is still a mystery. All we are sure of is the fact that he perished in a fire at the Osborn chemical plant, the plant owned by our fellow member, Norman Osborn, who was cited by the police for his heroism during that crisis. Dad, perhaps we ought to leave. If there's anything I can do. No, I'll be all right. Forget it. I'm okay. It seems to happen to me every time I hear the goblin mentioned. I don't know why. He's dead. How? He can't return. He can never menace me anyone again. Only I know the real reason, but I don't dare ever tell him. Yet I live in constant fear, hoping that his memory of that fateful day will never return. The blow he received during that final battle gave him a case of limited amnesia, but I dread what would happen if he ever again remembers. It's those pictures of the goblin. They're affecting him, stirring up images of the forgotten past. If only I could get him to leave before it's too late. Why do I feel this cold sweat whenever I even think of the Green Goblin? Brings back memories, Dad. Memories of the fire. That's all it is. If only Harry was right. If only that was all it is. But why should anyone suspect that the goblin still lives, when even the goblin himself can't remember that he's really Norman Osborn? We met many times, fought many times, but the result was always the same: no decision, at least until that last fateful encounter. You haven't heard the last of me, Spider-Man. Someday, somewhere, when you least expect it, I'll be back to finish you off forever. And here he sits, my best friend's father, never suspecting that once we were both mortal enemies. Are you feeling better now, Mr. Osborn? I think so, Peter, but still, the sight of Spider-Man seems to sting me like an exposed nerve. Although the Green Goblin can menace the world no longer, Spider-Man still remains as much of an enigma, as much of a mystery as before. There's no doubt about it. The constant exposure to scenes of the past is affecting him. I'm more helpless than I've ever been before. There's nothing I can do about it. Dad, where are you going? Wait. Osborn, what's wrong? What is it? Spider-Man, the Goblin, battling again, right there, before our eyes, over and over again. I can't take any more. My brain keeps throbbing, aching, pounding in my skull. My head feels as though it's on fire. I've got to get out, got to get away from. Dad! Someone get a doctor. He's collapsing. Then, a few frantic moments later, if you ask me, Osborne's been working too hard. He needs a good vacation. I think it's more than that, Jameson. He should seek psychiatric help. Balderdash, you'd never get me to a head shrinker. Too bad. What's that? Nothing. Harry, how is he? What did the doctor say? He gave him a sedative. Dad's resting now. The doc doesn't know what to make of it. His memory mustn't return. It mustn't. Uncertain and unnerved, a brooding Peter Parker makes his way to a small suburban cottage. Peter, dear, what a wonderful surprise! You must have guessed I was baking my apple pie. An errant pilgrim craves sanctuary, madam. Say, I must be at the wrong address. I thought my Aunt May lived here, not this glamorous, fetching female who stands before me. Tell me, didn't I see you on the dating game recently? I declare, Peter, you left me blushing like a teeny bopper. You mean teeny bopper? And none of them can blush like you. Just like I always told Dr. Bromwell, a visit from you is better than all the tonic in the world. You make me feel like a regular pussy willow. That's Pussycat, Aunt May. All these years she's been like a mother to me. I can't let her learn my secret. There must be some way to spare her the pain. And yet, if the Green Goblin should return, I'm almost afraid to think of it. But problems, alas, will seldom fade away just for the lack of thinking. As a case in point, let's visit a private hospital room where an awesome affliction is returning to its tortured patient. It's happening again, and I can't stop it. The Goblin, Spider Man spinning around in my brain over and over. It's like a fog beginning to lift slowly, inexorably. Despite the ache, despite the pain, my head is clearing. It's all coming back to me now. At last, I know. The Green Goblin isn't dead. He never died. I am the Goblin. Dad, what happened? You shouldn't be up. Dad! Doc, stop him. He doesn't hear me. Doesn't recognize me. Out of my way. Nothing that lives can stop me now. Mr. Osborne, come back. You can't. The pain is gone at last. I can do anything. He pushed us aside as if we were puppets. I never dreamt he had such strength. But what's come over him? He ran out, babbling like a madman. Whatever his ailment was, it's affected his brain. There's no telling what he'll do next. And we've got to catch him, got to stop him. But he who had been Norman Osborn is no longer stoppable. Possessed of new maniacal strength, he is gone from the hospital before his would be pursuers can reach their feet. It's all clear to me now. At last, I know what I have to do. Moments later, in one of the most sordid slums areas which infest the savage, sprawling city, something is pulling me, leading me on. Some dim, half forgotten memory from the past, from the goblin's past. I've been here many times before, I know it. Just as I know which turn to take, which hallway to enter, and which door to open. Just as I now know I've found one of my many hidden hideouts, containing all that is needed for the Green Goblin to live once more. Yes, the Goblin will live again, and more than that, the Goblin will strike as he's never struck before. I'm stronger, wiser, more unbeatable than I was in the past, and most important of all, at last I have a mission: revenge. But let's leave the obsessed Mr. Osborne and switch scenes to good old ESU, where we find a somber Peter Parker. It's no use. I just can't concentrate. Can't think of anything except what'll happen if Harry's dad regains his memory of the past. Mr. Parker, if you must sleep in the lab, at least be good enough to shut your eyes while you do so. Luckily, nothing lasts forever, not even a day at ESU, and so, Peter, you've been worrying about Harry's dad all day. Do you know something about his illness? Something you're not telling? I can just see myself answering truthfully. Sure, he's the Green Goblin, and he knows I'm Spider Man. Of course not, lady, but let's drop in on the way home and see how he is. Gwen, Pete, have you heard anything about my dad? Heard anything? What do you mean, Harry? Didn't you know he ran away from the hospital? He's gone, vanished. And I was right. It's as serious as I feared. Tell us how it happened, Harry. It was as though he'd gone berserk. He ran out of the building, shouting like a madman, pushing people aside like tenpins. His strength seemed unbelievable. If only I knew what's happening to him. Poor Peter, he looks like he's seen a ghost. There's no longer any doubt he's reverted to what he was. Not having a father of his own, Peter is probably empathizing with Harry and taking it twice as hard. Do you think it'll take them long to find Mr. Osborn? If he's already become the Goblin, whenever they find him, it will be too late. It's still early, Peter. If you'd like some coffee. Not tonight, thanks, Gwen. I've got to get back. I have some unfinished business to take care of, like figuring out how to save my secret identity and my life. If Osborn has his memory back, if he's become the Goblin once again, then anything can happen. I hardly even dare go home. He could have gotten there before me and already set his traps. He was the only one alive who knew that Peter Parker is Spider Man. That means he's the only one I can never hide from. No matter where I go, what I do, I'll always. What? Something hit me. It's the Goblin launching a new attack before I can. No, it's just a child's toy airplane. Hey, mister, how'd you do that? That's all I need, an audience. I almost gave myself away. Lucky my one little eyewitness is so young. But it's still better not hang around much longer. I never saw anyone climb a tree like that. Tommy, did you ever see a man climb a tree faster than a cat? Wait till I tell you. Skip the fairy tales, Joey. Your ma said I should tell you dinner's ready. I have to get a grip on myself. Even if the goblin doesn't get me, my nerves will. And as the long, flickering shadows of evening steal over the towering rooftops, even if I manage to defeat him a second time, he's still Harry's dad. It'll be out to destroy my best friend's father, no matter what may happen. There's no possible way for Spider Man to win. Even in sleep, the tortured youth finds no escape from the threat. It can't end this way. It mustn't. I won't let it. I won't let it. Later, at the luxurious East Side apartment of Norman Osborn, where his worried son Harry keeps a lonely vigil. Someone at the door. Can it be? Dad! Let me in, son. Are you all right? Of course I am. The fever broke. I came back to my senses. I'll be as good as new after a little rest. Gosh, Dad, I don't know what to say. You never did, you fatuous fool. Now, through the magic of our imaginations and the printed page, let's skip to the very next evening where we find the phone. The way things are going, it can only mean more trouble. Your dad came home, Harry, and he seems his old self again? Say, that's great. Or is it? If he's back again, it means he's up to something, but what? To celebrate his being well again, Dad's throwing a little dinner party tonight. He wanted me to ask you and Gwen, will I bring Mary Jane? A party? That's not like Norman Osborn. He wants me there. The others are just a cover up. But I've got to go through with it. Sure, Harry, I'll see you later. Is he so far gone that he'd attack me in front of his own son and the two girls? What's the matter with me? I should know better. When he's the goblin, he forgets everything, cares about nothing except his own deadly purpose. But deadly purpose or not, our web slinging wonder knows he cannot hide from his enemy forever, and so escorts Gwen Stacy into what might be a lion's den. Hi, people, come on in and join the excitement. Mary Jane isn't exactly the dullest chick in town. I hear she's a great conversationalist. With looks like mine, sweetie. Talks. Why isn't Harry's father here? There he is now, entering the room from behind me. Hello there, Parker and young ladies. I was hoping you could make it. Yeah, I'll bet you were. Harry told me how helpful you were during my absence. I want you to know how much I appreciate that, son. We were all concerned about you, Mr. Osborne, and we're glad you're back. He's toying with me, squeezing my hand hard enough to break my fingers, if not for my spider strength. I've got to play it his way till he makes his move. The early part of the evening progresses smoothly, at least on the surface. Norman Osborne regales the gathering with humorous anecdotes and light-hearted small talk, while only Peter Parker and his cunning, conniving host can sense the deadly undercurrent of tension, which pervades every word, every movement. And then, as dinner is served, tell us about yourself, Parker. Even though you're my son's best friend, I feel there's so much I don't know. Oh, Pete's a real mystery man, Dad. I understand you sometimes leave the apartment for a few days at a time. Ah, nothing mysterious about it, sir. I occasionally stay with my aunt. She's trying to goad me, but I have to stay cool no matter what. Forgive me for prying, my boy. We all have secrets from which we hide from the world. Strange secrets known only to ourselves. Don't you agree, Parker? He's losing control. He's forgetting that the others are here, that they're listening. I've got to get them to safety before it's too late, before he cracks. Now that dinner is ended, let's retire to the living room. It'll give us a chance to know each other better. Yes, indeed, Parker. I've been wanting to know you better. I've been wanting to find out if you're all that Harry says you are. He's so consumed with hatred for me that he can hardly contain himself. Even the others are beginning to wonder about him. If I'm ever going to make my move, it has to be now. Excuse me a minute. I just remembered I promised to call my Aunt May. No need to rush, boy. We'll be here, waiting for you. You can count on that. Good, I was hoping you wouldn't walk into the other room with me. But he still isn't letting me out of his sight. Okay, mister, stay there. I'll do what I plan to do anyway. He has no way of knowing I'm talking into a dead phone. Now, so long as my shoulder can hide what I'm doing for the next few seconds. He's so completely confident that he walked away. He's not even bothering to watch me anymore. Not that it would matter. I've just about finished webbing this inflammable roll of film. Now all that remains to be done is toss it into the fire and get back to the other room fast. With my fireproof webbing, I've made a perfect smoke bomb. And when Osborne comes to investigate, Gwen and the others will think it's for real and hopefully make tracks out of there. Uh-oh, Osborne knows it's a trick. He's furious. Parker, you're not escaping me as easy as that. His strength is fantastic. He's juggling that furniture as if it's made of cardboard. You fool, I don't even have to search for you. Not when I can make you come to me simply by heading for your aunt. And I was right. He does remember everything. All these months, it's the one thing that's kept me in the grip of terror. So now the wraps are off. It's out in the open at last. Well, maybe it's better this way. At least it'll finally be finished, one way or another. And if ever there were two minds with but a single thought, here's where I settle up with Parker, once and for all. That little grandstand play of his can't save him now. Nothing can. Harry, what happened to Peter and your dad? You can relax, folks. It was just a false alarm. Some smoldering cellophane caused a lot of smoke in the fireplace. That's all it was. But you did the right thing calling us anyway. Doesn't pay to take chances. Well, that's a relief. But I still wonder where they are. Who knows? Maybe they found a cooler party. But, alas, even the most liberal interpretation can't quite substantiate MJ's swinging supposition. They'll be wondering what happened to Osborne and me. But that's the least of my worries right now. Everything depends on my moving faster than the goblin. No sign of him yet. Have I beaten him to the punch, or has he reached Aunt May already? No, I dare not even think. All I can do is trust to luck and to the power of Spider-Man. I may not have a jet-powered goblin glider to ride, but my own way-out webbing hasn't failed me yet. And I'm willing to bet that when I need it the most, it's not going to fail me now. I was right. There he is. He's just begun circling over her house. No sign of him yet, but he'll show up. He knows that he must. Hold it, Goblin. This is the end of the line. Spider-Man, for once your outburst has the ring of truth. It's the end of the line indeed, but it's the end for you. I attacked like a blundering amateur. I forgot how fast his glider moves. Now I'll just make sure you don't get bored. Gored, perhaps, but never bored. He's added new weapons to that blasted contraption, as if it wasn't deadly enough before. So, your much vaunted spider speed managed to save you that time. Well, in a way that pleases me. It means you will live long enough, yes, long enough to watch me divulge Spider Man's identity to your unsuspecting Aunt May. No, no! I've got to stop him. I've got to, no matter what. Got him! You masked fool, have you so soon forgotten my goblin blast? But if you have, perhaps this will serve to remind you. I never did know how he rigged up that power blast device inside his glove, but now my only chance is to count on his vanity. If he thinks I'm helpless, he'll try to finish me with his bare hands. So act beaten, Spidey, till he gets closer, closer. Ha! Look at the once mighty Spider-Man, groggy, stunned, totally crushed. I can retract my spiral skewer now. I'll need nothing but my strength. Here he comes. This is it. Now! I wasn't able to put all my muscle into that blow because I hurled it while off balance, but it was still good enough to set him up for. No, no, I can't. It's the same problem as last time. So long as he lives, my secret and my life are in danger, but I still can't kill him in cold blood. All I can hope to do is lure him away from Aunt May. Luckily, we haven't yet made enough noise to waken her, and I've got to keep it that way. He said, "You chicken-hearted weakling, you haven't spunk enough to try to finish me. Not that the attempt could do you any good." He sounds livid with rage, mad enough to have forgotten Aunt May, which is just what I want. Now move, Spidey, move. I know this is only a temporary delay. I can't keep running forever, but it's all I can do till I think of something, or till I'm beaten. You're running in vain, Wallcrawler. You can't dodge my little flying discs much longer. But just to make certain that you don't accidentally evade me, my harmless looking psychedelic pumpkin will root you to the spot. Psychedelic? It looks like an ordinary jack o' lantern to me. You've had it, fool. The way he's getting out of range. Can it be a bomb about to explode? No, it's starting to emit some sort of vapor. Now the lid's falling off. Is this his idea of a gag? It's not a gag. It can't be. The goblin does nothing without good reason. What's that? A head. His head starting to materialize. Vaporous arms taking shape, seizing me. It can't be. Whatever else he is, the goblin isn't. I know he isn't a magician, but there are other shapes coming from the pumpkin. You are doomed, Peter Parker. We know, we now know who you are. Your secret is no longer. What is more, this time you have met your master. For this time you are foolhardy enough to challenge the Green Goblin. It's mad, it isn't possible, and yet I see it, I hear it. They're all around me, getting closer, closer. I can't escape. But now the shapes are changing. They're turning into the faces of those I know best. But they're mocking, hurt. They're angry as if I've failed them. Now they're changing again, beginning to fade. They've become gigantic figures, figures of my worst, my deadliest enemies. They're coming towards me, growing as they draw nearer, and the goblin is leading them. It's all his doing. This is the victory he's waited for. Now, Spider Man, prepare to die. All hope is gone. There is no escape for you, no place to run. You are weaponless, defenseless. No, you lie. I've got the brain that tells me this cannot be, the brain that gives me hope when there is no hope, the brain that will not let me panic. The figures are gone, the sounds, the sights evaporating. None of it was real. That's why I called the pumpkin psychedelic. It simply emitted a hallucinatory gas. But my spider strength, my own will enabled me to overcome it. And now I know at last the way to beat him. You surprised me, masked man. I expected you to be an abject, whimpering shell of a foe by now. But it really doesn't matter, for I've toyed with you long enough. And now, with one final blow, I'll. What? No one can move that fast. No one except Spider Man. My first step is to weaken him, shake his confidence in himself. And this is as good a way to begin as any. He's getting desperate, reaching for another weapon. You won't escape me again. You can't. I won't let you. He's frantic, over anxious, starting to fumble. You've had it, mister. That bag won't help you this time. No, you were beaten. I had won. You can't outfight me now. Goblin, you're a phony. I could have flattened you any time I felt like it. I was toying with you till now, but you're too dumb to realize it. It's working. I'm getting to him. He's starting to tremble with rage. You dare speak that way to me? You think I need my weapons to defeat you? You think I'm not your master? Anyway? You just don't know it, Charlie. Wow, there's no denying his strength or his skill. Except for my spider speed, he'd have had me. You can dodge some of my blows, you wall crawling weasel, but you can't dodge them all. And when I finally connect, it'll be your finish. If you're trying to talk me to death, you may have something there, man. Otherwise, forget it. Good, he's starting to swing wild. But the strength in his fingers, it's hard to believe. I've got to break free fast. Ha! Outfoxed you that time. Now, this moment is mine. I hate to be a spoil sport, sweetie, but if I was as easy to beat as all that, I'd never have become a legend in my own time, right? Say, I hope I'm not boring you. I have to keep pulling my punches. Don't dare forget he's still Harry's dad. So I don't dare fight him to a finish, but I still can't let him with the knowledge of my true identity. Therefore, I've got to take the biggest gamble of all. Everything depends on how much I've weakened him, and on the fact that he's mentally ill to begin with. Okay, Gobby, the ball game's over. No, no, you haven't won yet. For the love of Mike, what does it take to convince you? His bag, he thinks he still has a chance. If he can reach it. Sorry, sir, you'll have to take seconds from here on in, because this is the most important part of my little plan. If his psychedelic pumpkin worked so well on me, I'm hoping it'll do a better job on him. No, it's mine. You can't have it. Not that. It's my most brilliant weapon, the goblin's masterpiece. There's no other way. It has to be now. Whatever I'm about to do is for your own good. I know you can't even begin to believe me or to understand, but I've got to do it no matter what. Breathe it in slowly. Breathe the vapors, your vapors. That's it. It's working. It has to work. Everything depends upon it. Now dream. Do you hear me? Dream. Dream as you never did before, as you never will again. No, no. Don't make me look. Don't make me have to face myself. You must. You have to. It's the only way. See what the goblin really is, And now, Spider-Man. That's it. Keep looking. Don't turn away. They're the two most horrible things in the world. A Green Goblin and Spider-Man. Spider-Man and the Green Goblin. Their faces, their names will haunt you, will turn you off. The seconds turn to minutes, and the minutes tick maddeningly by. The same two names are repeated over and over and over until at last, these clothes I'm wearing, they're a costume. They're the Goblin's costume. Ah, I can't bear it. Not the Goblin, not his costume, not his. Spider-Man, no, not two. Stay back, stay back. Stay away from me, whoever you are. The way he said, whoever you are, it can only mean he no longer remembers. The shock, the agony of the psychedelic gas have forced him to close his mind to anything having to do with Spider Man or the Green Goblin, just as I prayed it would. Now the only question is, do I dare to hope that the effect will be permanent? Stay away, please, stay away. Now, the final test. I'll remove my mask and see if he still associates Peter Parker with Spider Man. No reaction. Where he couldn't bear the sight of Spidey, the face of Peter Parker has simply relaxed him. He's starting to doze. If my guess is right, he'll wake up unable to talk about or even think about anything to do with the Green Goblin or Spider Man. And at the same time, his own subconscious will shut out any memory of my dual identity, which means my secret is safe for as long as his brain is affected by the gas. And due to the intensified exposure to which I subjected him, I'm hoping, for his sake as well as mine, that the effects will be permanent. I guess it's late enough and dark enough to make it to my apartment unmasked for a fast change of clothes. Minutes later, Nurse, do you still have Mr. Osborne's old room available? Oh dear, what happened to him? Nothing serious, I hope. I think he's just overtired. Perhaps he was released from the hospital a little too soon. His son threw a party for him, and the excitement must have been too much. Well, the important thing is to see that he gets plenty of rest. I'll look after him and notify the doctor immediately. I better let Aunt May know that I'm okay. Better call his son now, nurse. If I know Harry, he'll be worried about his dad. Peter, dear, why on earth are you phoning so late? You wanted to let me know everything is all right? There's no more danger? What sort of danger? I'm afraid I don't understand. Oh, brother, I really did it this time. Why did I have to call her when I was not so tired and not thinking clearly? What am I going to say now? Peter, is there something wrong? Why are you acting so strangely? Peter? No, Aunt May, no, you misunderstand. I really wanted to say that Mr. Osborne is in no danger. They found him. He's all right. Oh, you dear boy, calling me so I wouldn't worry about your friend's father. How very thoughtful of you. Yeah, thoughtful. Boy, that was a close one. Oh, if I knew the gang was coming, the nurse could have saved herself a phone call. Hi, group, how's the party going? Pete, where in blazes have you been? Is my dad here? You know it, Hare. We looked all over. This is our last try. What happened? Okay, PP, think fast, and don't goof this time. The excitement tired him out, so I thought I'd better bring him here. But next time, let a fella know. He believes me, that's all that counts. You may see your father now. We thought you'd deserted us, PDO, cutting out the way you did. Sure, you know me, I can't resist a swing in hospital. Tell you what, let's wait for Harry at the coffee bean. Groovy, Mr. P. I'll tell you my life story over a cup of Java. While you're at it, man, throw in a glitzy Sunday and I'll listen all night. That's it, Webhead. Keep a stiff upper chomper and always leave him laughing. Just as though you couldn't care less about whether the Green Goblin will ever return. You must live right, Tiger. Here you are, with two way out chicks and not a care in the world. Like the little lady said, man oh mine, let the good times roll. Yeah, why not? Let the good times roll. Perhaps for a moment Peter Parker foresaw the grim, tragic events that would one day rip his life apart. Perhaps he glimpsed briefly that this conflict would end in Gwen Stacy's death. The end.